Hello students, good afternoon all of you. In previous class, I discussed about the sources of human capital. Today, we discuss what are the problems which we are facing for forming the human capital. Okay, so formation of human capital. What are the problems we have faced? Okay, so let's discuss. So problem facing human capital formation in India. So our first problem is rising population. So rising population is one of the main problem which we face, okay, in human capital formation, because see, like India, there is a huge population around 138 crore. Okay, so for every people it is not possible to provide housing, drinking water, sanitization, education, healthcare, power. Okay, so these are all are not possible to every people provide these facilities. Okay, so if we can't provide this facility to every people, so how we can form the human capital? Okay, so this is one of the problem. So that's why it leads to fall in the capacity to acquire specialized skills and knowledge. Next problem is brain drain. Brain drain is another problem. Brain drain means what? Migration of person to developed countries is a serious threat to the process of human capital formation in the country. In India, like if we say, the maximum of the persons who are educated, okay, and who want to hire salaries, better opportunities, so they want to shift to another country where they get the more facilities than their own country. So educated people, they, like in the various fields like scientists, administrator, executive, engineers, physician, educationists, so they all are moved to the another country. Okay, so this process is called the brain drain, and this is one problem to forming the human capital. Okay, if maximum of the educated trained people they shift to the developed country, so how we can make our country more developed? Okay, and how we make the country's people to an asset? So this is one of the problem. Okay, next problem is deficient manpower planning. So this one is another problem. In India, they facing the huge unemployment problem. Okay, because lack of the education, lack of the training, lack of the skill. Okay, maximum people they not get the proper education, proper skill, so how they can make their self more improve. Okay, so obviously there is a lack of the manpower planning, so this is one of the problem. Next one is the insufficient job training in the insufficient on the job training in primary sector. See, in India, the primary sector is the backbone of our India, or agriculture is the backbone of our country. Okay, so in the primary sector in India, basically, maximum of the people who are engaged in the primary sector, they are not well trained and they are uses the traditional way of the agriculture. Okay, and they are don't know how to use the modern technology in farming, maximum of the rural side area. Okay, so obviously this one another problem. So if the person who don't know about the new or advanced technologies, so they can't apply in the agriculture. Okay, so this is one of the problem, insufficient job training in the primary sector. Now next one is the low academic standard. So in our enthusiasm to spread higher education, we have been opening many universities unmindful of their academic standard. Consequently, we have large army of hop-backed graduate and postgraduate whose deficient scale only lower level of inefficiency or productivity. So this also impairs our competitiveness in the international market of human capital. Okay, so if we there is a low academic standard, so this when we compare to the another country, another developed country, so obviously or we compare in the international market, so this is one of our lag or lagging problem. Okay, so in case of physical capital formation, if we see the both compare between the physical capital comparison, physical capital formation and human capital formation, the change can be measured in terms of unit, but it is difficult in case of human formation. Why? Because the large number of the factors that impact productivity of human beings are non quantifiable. So it is difficult to identify the suitable scale of measuring human capital formation. We can measure the physical capital formation, but we can't measure the human capital formation. Okay, because there are the large number of the factors. Okay, now for the human capital formation, there is the one important component or element is the education. Okay, so now we discuss about the education, how it is important for forming the human or for the human capital formation. So education as an essential element for human resource development. Okay, so education implies the process of teaching, training and learning, especially in school or colleges. Okay, it improves the knowledge and develop the skills. So by the education, okay, we learn, okay, we can learn about any topic in our school and college also. Okay, so see, in your school from the childhood you learn various type of the subjects, okay, which help you in day by day. So education not only one limited matter, education which enhances our knowledge, our skills, okay, and which make one human as an asset. Okay, so education is undercurrent of economic and social change. If we compare to the other countries, then we can see the spread of education in India is not so much encouraging. Okay, and the literacy rate in the country, if we see or compare to another country, even it is also low. And according to the census 2011, we can see the percentage of the population is literate is 74.04%. Okay, literacy rate according to census 2011, literacy rate 74.04%. And if we see in the developed country, this percentage is 90 to 95%. If we compare with these developed countries, so this percentage is very low. Okay, so that's why we need the more spread of education. Now here one important thing, now you can think that education and literacy both are the same. No, no my dear students, education and literacy term, these are not the identical terms. Okay, so now we can make the difference between the education and literacy. Okay, okay, so what are the difference between education and literacy? Education is much wider concept than literacy. Okay, So education is the much wider concept than literacy. Why it is wider? Because literacy, when we refer the literacy, we define the literacy only by the person who can minimum, who can read or write. This person, we can say this person is literate person. But education is not that much. Only the person who can write or read, this is not enough for the education. So education, if we define, on the other hand, it encompasses some parameters, like the person who is educated person, this person goes through the primary education, secondary education, and also the higher education. Okay, so this is the definition of the education. So under the education, the person educated, when this person passing by the primary education, secondary education, higher education. But in the literate people who can only read or write. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the literate and education. Now if we see about more different, we can make the more differentiate between the education and the literate. Then we can say the all the educated people are the literate, but we can't say all the literate person educated, because the person who can minimum read or write, this person is literate, but we can't say this person is educated. Okay, so these are the differences between the education and literate. Okay, now next day we learn what are the objectives of the education. Okay, what are the measurements which taken by the government for the education. So students, for today I will end up here. So next day I will continue this chapter. Okay, so thank